Hello, everybody.
Gamers.
Hi.
And gamers. Yeah, I do. Sorry, I should have I should have started with gamers.
So everybody does not include gamers.
No.
Yeah.
We're so suppressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a special one-off.
Yep. And potentially like a new series like that we just kind of do whenever we finish a game, which is what we like to call thought out thoughts. So like after like we let the game kind of like just chill a bit in our minds, after we complete it, we just kind of gather our thoughts and like review the game and thaw out those thoughts when we record this, you know?
Dude, did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
I don't think we'll do this with every series though, because like there's gonna be some like we're not doing this for Gauntlet. Like,
Yep.
No.
well,
Yeah.
let's be so for
You
real.
don't want to do that for M&M kart racers?
No,
Okay, well.
Maybe Outer Wilds.
I wouldn't
so,
even
like-
do it with like Mario Wonder. If I'm
Yeah.
being
I gotta say, I
badass.
feel like the only like maybe it depends on the kind of game. Maybe if I got like single player games, and that's if the multiplayer games that we play like had like some like significant like story, whatever. But we'll kind of like pick and choose what we do. But if there's any games that we played in the past, or like maybe you want to see, I guess
Us talk about.
maybe you can really put your voice out there, and maybe we'll do it one day.
Yeah, the 3 Crossroad amigos. Well,
Yeah.
they're gonna be the ones talking on this. We're not here to talk about any other game. We're here to talk
Yep.
about CrossCode.
CrossCode is going to be the first one. So basically, this is going to be the first one. So we don't have like any necessary structure, but maybe for future ones we can kind of like iron out like a structure in order how like where we start and talking about it. So just kind of this one's kind of just kind of like spew out our thoughts.
You have a big long list in your hands.
Yeah, it's like pros and cons is basically why I have like it structured. It's just my notes. I just wrote it down like as I thought of it.
Pro
So-
number 1. She's blue.
Blue. I like the color blue. Next.
Pro number 2, girl. Love girls.
You tell us to shut up whenever.
So, I feel like just maybe something we can start off with is just we can talk about the gameplay, because I feel like the gameplay was a big part of the game besides like the story and the characters.
Was it satisfying to beat guys up with your balls?
Oh yes, bro. So okay, what I really love about the gameplay about this game is that it's a good challenge. I feel like a lot of games can either like I've been having a hard time finding games that actually challenged me, and
they
what
shy
made
away from it a
Yeah.
lot.
and made like two like user I don't know like where you can stick the controller in the 10-year-old's or a 5-year-old's hand and they can like I'm winning. And-
Meanwhile, they're running into a wall.
Which is
somehow
also
still
just
making
a
progress.
which is also just a huge plus with this game is that it's already set at the difficulty that you really liked,
yeah.
but there's those gauges that turns enemies into less of like damage sponges, or like it made puzzles go slower so you
Yeah.
could like think about it when you're doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
not only is it an incredible difficulty, it's giving you the ability to make it easier while not cramming in your face like, oh, well, you fucked up this puzzle like 5 times. What if you made it easier?
Yeah.
Like a lot of like AAA games are like,
Like-
hey, you suck. Here's a easier difficulty. It's like, I didn't want that.
Yeah.
Here's where to go, idiot.
It's
Yeah.
like it's nice because like not any games have like a difficulty slider you can adjust at any time. Which is
Yeah.
crazy to me because like this game you can literally customize the experience because the game was designed to be a challenge. It's supposed to be a challenge, and like they literally say in that option screen that the game was designed as a challenge, but you know if it's preventing you from having fun or whatever, then you can just like turn certain some of those aspects down, which is really nice, and I really wish more games had that customizability.
Most, if not all, of my comments on this game are going to come with the small asterisk of I didn't actually play it. I just sat here and watched Joseph play it. But for something that could have the very easy potential to have damage sponges, it didn't seem like there were a whole lot. My ass loves customizable difficulty. Like, you know, not every game needs to have like, oh, this you can change the difficulty of this one specific enemy and like fuck around with a bunch of different other things. But yeah, you're right. I just appreciate games that can come and anybody can enjoy it / change the difficulty to what they would prefer.
Yeah. And I think that this would be a good time to also kind of pivot more towards, like, speaking of customizability, how kind of cool, or not kind of cool, just how cool and fun the combat felt for me, because the fact that you just have like 5 different skill trees you can customize and get different moves and customize your stats the way you want them to was really fucking awesome. It just like adds like more depth to the combat rather than you just mash buttons or whatnot. You can like choose, okay, well for this enemy I'm gonna use a guard, or I'm gonna use this range attack, or whatever. It's cool. I
You
like
really
it.
build it to how you want to
Yeah.
play, which is
Could you... Sorry, go ahead.
that's it.
Could you get to a point where you have everything like in the skill trees unlocked, or is it per playthrough basically?
You could probably unlock everything if you had grinded the levels more, because I didn't get to. I didn't really grind the levels. I just basically got to where I think I could manage to progress the story without doing it. Because keep in mind, there was a lot more to the game than I had to record it, because there's like a bunch of side quests and shit and other things you can do in the game.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
I didn't really do that much on screen. I did some off screen. I did a handful off screen when in between sessions.
For
There's-
level grind.
There
For
were
level
grinding
grind, yeah.
sessions, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really do those on recordings, but there
Which
was
is
a lot.
honestly a point down for me.
Boo.
I don't know, I hate grinding. But at the same time, if the combat's fun, then is it really grinding?
Yeah, it was not like really much there wasn't really that much of grinding to really do.
Oh.
But like it's just it's there optional, like if you want to like
Burst through
not
everybody.
burst through everyone and not have like as much have an easier time, because I think for this playthrough I actually was always at the level I kind of needed to be, besides like maybe at one time where I kind of like got my shit rocked.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there was somewhere near like Sapphire Ridge, or maybe after Sapphire Ridge is when I really needed the grind, or I thought I needed the grind,
And then you were fine.
and now I was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Which I believe that was literally that session I'm thinking of. I think I overgrinded, but because I was like, oh shit, this thing's getting serious.
I mean, with a lot of, at least being here to witness a lot of your quote unquote grinding, it was a lot of times you would just like come over a little earlier and we'd just like sit here and chat while you just kind of mashed against guys and got those level ups and
Yeah.
checked out your trees and whatnot. But
Got your
a lot
S
of
rank.
that grinding really felt less like grinding because we were just kind of chilling the entire time while you were doing something. But
Yeah.
Well,
I can't necessarily say that's a good thing because it's like a very situational that we did that. But
I must say, also, I did really like the system they had for it, where it was like a rank up system for how much XP you were getting exponentially or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I think of games and just like how they keep me interested with their many loops in loops and such, I like when you're grinding, what are you thinking about? Probably not the enemy's weaknesses, because you've been in this area for the longest time.
Yep.
But like you're thinking about where you which ones you need to fight next, so you get up your score and keep it up. That sounded like I was gonna say more. I'm out.
Yeah.
I really like the ranking system for grinding because it did make like the enemies a lot easiasier to fight, right? Once
Well-
you got to like S or something like that.
No, it's just like, so it just made them like more likely to drop like I think rarer items.
Oh,
better
okay.
item, basically better item drops the more the more you fought. So I don't think it was necessary XP. There's just some enemies that gave less XP than others. Like the big tanky ones were the ones that gave me like more XP because they're like higher level and whatnot.
When
Dude,
you,
a system like that needs to be in Terraria. Like, if you could rank up while you're just fighting a bunch of
Dude,
Ichor guys,
fuck, yeah.
and you would get the better, like, drops. That game is already incredible, by the way, and we're not
Yeah.
talking about it, but oh my god.
Dude, I have to suppress myself from going on a little tangent about that. 'Cause I know I could talk about Terraria right now, but this is CrossCode. This is CrossCode.
when you were playing before, did you do a lot of side quests since you had like played?
We're playing
Oh,
solo.
70.
Yeah,
70%.
solo. Yeah, I did more of like the side quests, like more towards the beginning of the game. Well, obviously I didn't really get too deep into them because the fact that I was like, okay, I need to play this for chilled out.
Right.
But I'm usually not much of a side quest person in games, but this one I feel like I definitely regret not doing as much because I could have explored more of the game.
Like the side quests characters or like situations I remember are Mistake, like the lady who sells steaks.
Yes.
And that motherfucking furry player.
Yeah,
where you got to fight
yeah.
a bot. Like, to briefly touch on just like the setting of the game, like I think it is very cool to have a game in a game, that sort of thing. It's a lot of easy jokes you can make and fun things you can do. Like, oh, this is this area that was like, blocked off because they didn't finish it, but we can get in with this funny glitch. Like, I don't know, it's just a cool aspect of gaming, and I like that being highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I especially like the MMO like references because I personally have like played an MMO for a large portion of my life. I'm like, oh hey, yeah, raids, trying to get people together.
Leroy Jenkins or whatever.
I heavily appreciated the fact that. By the way, if you clicked on this video not expecting spoilers, you're a fool.
Oh yeah, no,
maybe at the
Joseph,
start,
you have to put like a spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Do what Thawed did, go. Boing!
Yeah, put the Mario Galaxy comment or the comment star on it or whatever.
Yeah.
But
make it all wavy now.
The fact that Leah is an AI girl is so much more interesting than I'm logging in to play this game, and then you play the portions where you like step away from the desk and do like your real life stuff.
Yeah.
That is so overused in other games that I'm like, I'm so glad we kind of just stuck to our own imaginations are thinking of what's happening in the background while I'm the one playing the game
until we found out.
Yeah.
Well, right, but like you're being told by Sergey. You're not going out and be like, okay, I gotta go out now and run away or whatever. And just the fact that it's more letting your mind explore than just telling you is way more interesting to me.
I'll have to touch up on that a bit more when I get to like the story stuff because I do have some notes, but like
same.
to kind of go more on the gameplay stuff, I want to like I think that I pretty much touched up all like in the specific combat stuff, like the arts and that's all very cool, and the weaknesses, and then I think the next thing to talk about would be the next big aspect of the game, which are the dungeons. The dungeons, bro. Oh my god. They really stressed me out during the recording sessions because I guess when I did it by myself, I was taking my time doing the dungeons. I just took every room slowly and just like solved the puzzle. I'm like, yeah. And just like really thought it out, but on the timer, man, I was like, holy fuck, I'm stressed. But they are so incredibly satisfying to play through because what I really wish the Legend of Zelda games had more was not like every puzzle was so baby level. It's like especially if the older games and then not like the newer games. Yeah, light the torches. I wish there was more complex puzzles in these games, but this game scratched that itch for me, which I understand why the puzzles don't get super complicated in Legend of Zelda because it has to be accessible for more people.
Then just put a depth slider, idiot.
But I really liked the satisfaction you get from the pulling off the execution and timing for all the puzzles, especially the big puzzle rooms.
I had no...
Gets me really bricked up.
When we started playing this game and you were going through the like tutorial in the ship, I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna totally get lost in this. And it was actually pretty like easy to to understand at least the mechanics for the most part, because it did the basic game thing of like, oh, you got your fireplace, you got your ice place, thunder, water, wave. The wave and electric thing, that's pretty cool, I think, personally, just as far as elements in games go. But like, then you had to like shoot through walls and fucking teleport. I was like, wow, this game got way worse than I thought it was going to get, like difficult or thinking wise.
It's really started spiking up more when you actually had all four elements. Like, man, I would not have the brain to be genius, like the big enough brain to make these kind of puzzles. Like, oh, like God, props to the devs for thinking about how to make these puzzles. I really think the most satisfying puzzles to do was like the very last DLC dungeon, because the meteor stuff was really cool.
Was it meteor? We just kept calling it the rock.
Yeah, I think it was like a little like supposed to be like a mini like little meteor thing, because the whole message thing.
Right.
Yeah. How about how like Crossworld was like made or whatever. Lore wise, at least. And the puzzles were actually the part where I believe we were all able to like chime in the most.
Yeah.
I think that's what really, at least the puzzles is what really heightened like us as like a Let's Play group as Chilled Out, because we were all able to pitch in and be like, oh no Joseph, what if you try this, and then if it fails, like, oh yes, you fucker.
It was nice having like a console like to consult whenever I was lost, and like to get other ideas going, even if some ideas were wrong and whatnot. But it was still nice to have other people help pay attention to shit.
I didn't think that the rock would get squished by the pillar. That's on me. I'm so sorry.
I didn't think that well, that one time, like I was like, I trusted Izzy's instinct on like the totem monster thing, and then she did the wrong one, and then went game over after being.
Dude, when it came to those totem monsters that you probably have on screen right now, I turned off my brain. I was just like, Izzy's into this, I'm out.
Well, even then, I'm like, sometimes I'd be just like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Wait!
Yeah, like, wait a minute, no!
Like the false confidence, just
yeah,
and Izzy, you weren't even playing. I can't imagine the fucking stress Joseph was going under when we were yelling at him.
Oh, dude,
wait, Joseph, stop!
Joseph, why did you do that?
I didn't mean to.
It's like telling a driver like what to do when driving. It's like, shut the fuck up!
I mean, it's basically what we were doing during Outer Wilds to Riley, so it's just switching, deviating our attention.
Hey, it's either positive for a gameplay standpoint or it's positive for a funny standpoint.
Yeah.
Would you guys say this game had a good an even mix of combat and puzzles?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
like those are the two legs the game is standing on, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot more combat than puzzles. Like the puzzles themselves were like big puzzles, but I don't feel like there was like comparable amount to one another.
I guess one thing I think would have been cool, where if they have done like this, is not like a con or anything like that. I just think it would be cool. Had been cool if they had integrated some enemies to be like part of a puzzle.
Yeah,
because they kind of did that in one of the earlier dungeons. I think it was the fireplace, where like you hit, because this was before you had the ice, where like to extinguish something you had to hit an enemy or something like that. So, like,
and it'd like drop a ice block or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. Like, if I had more of those, that would have been like fun. Or maybe you could just.
I see what you're saying, but I also feel like it would get in the way and very annoying, because there's a lot of times in like other video games where you add an enemy to the puzzle and you need that enemy to do a specific thing to do said puzzle,
and
then it just doesn't,
I guess that's
or
true.
you accidentally kill it and it takes forever to respawn or whatever.
I guess it all depends on how it's designed.
Yeah. Consider the mechanisms that you had to deal with as the enemies, and then it's basically just
the
same
viruses
thing.
were kind of puzzle-like.
I feel like a lot of
true.
enemies were very puzzle-like.
Yeah, there's some enemies like where you basically kind of like solve a puzzle to fight them. Like those viruses definitely were like having the fucking. They were little like shitheads. I will give them that. I don't know. Just having to use the right element to kill them, and then have to quickly try to use the antivirus back on the other one, so they don't keep duplicating like little pricks.
Yeah, like gameplay loop is you're choosing a different element depending on what the enemy is. You're fucking like you have to figure out how to get them into the broken state. I thought that was a fun mechanic. I don't play a lot of beat 'em ups, but I just assumed that would be very satisfying. Hello, Ember. How did you like CrossCode?
You saw the ending. I mean, you got spoiled on it, but
she saw God.
Yeah, sharks kill God.
I feel like I was going somewhere, but now I'm here.
Yeah.
Joseph, I actually have more of a question about the gameplay. There was a lot of portions in CrossCode that as just like a viewer or like a bystander, there were a lot of sections where I'm like, wow, that must be really clunky to play. Like there were some puzzle bits where I was like, where you would just barely get off the angle and it would go a specific direction for like the like charge balls, either the wave or the electric. And there was oh man. No.
You forgot.
No, I literally had a perfect example of what. Oh, the part where you're like trying to get the evotars to all explode.
Oh yeah.
And like there's the laser beam that would do that, and you had to like push them into like to get close enough to do the neural link or whatever. How, like, obviously you were saying the controls were very buttery smooth and very responsive and whatnot.
Yeah.
Did a lot of those puzzle portions feel clunky to you?
Not really, no. It's like the game's like all about like, you know, the challenge. Like I think part of the challenge is having to be precise, which is why like sometimes like trying to quickly get the right angle on the charge shots and whatever was hard, because you need to be precise on your basically your first shot or two,
right?
Because that's just part of the difficulty of solving the puzzle. I will say that the part you're mentioning of the evil tars charging them up and that shit, that part was a little like annoying, because the fact that those bastards would not behave themselves.
No.
I mean,
and it was like a little like sometimes it wouldn't.
They'd run away from you.
They run from me, or wouldn't like charge them for some reason, or link up with them.
It's one of those situations where they want, like, I feel like the game designers want to do something different that's cool for the ending, because it's just in this section that you do this thing, but then it has to be really easy to figure out, or it'll be frustrating because you're like, you already have all the, you know, knowledge of the rest of the game built up in your head, and then there's this new thing right at the end.
Yeah.
Although I do like it when Kirby games do that. I also just really appreciated how the fun of the puzzles in this game not only came from just figuring them out, but also like the precision and execution, like you're talking about, you know?
Yeah. This cat cannot hold still.
Can you please put a visual of Ember coming across screen, since she's like crossing all of our laps?
Yeah, go say hi to Dot. Don't just stare at Dot.
She tried settling on me, and she almost slid off and starts freaking out. I'm sorry. I was trying to hold in my laugh. This is not the Ember Show. Yeah. We're talking about CrossCode.
Yeah. I don't think I really have any more like notes on the gameplay and whatnot.
Okay.
So do we have anything else that anyone wants to make a note of?
When you were doing the...
Actually, I remember something.
The class tree. Was it frustrating that you had to pick a side for specific parts? Like there would be those like the divides, and you would pick 3, and then it would go into the middle one.
Replayability, baby.
Obviously, we haven't played New Game Plus, so I don't know if you necessarily get like, oh, well, here's a filler node, and you can just fill in those parts or not, or whatnot. Was that more interesting in the fact that, oh, I have to pick one of these and that's kind of like what I run? Or would you rather be like, well, I kind of want both of these?
Well, technically you can have both of these. I only figured out towards the end of the game that like if you bought one side, you bought the other as well. You can
you can't have them at the same time. You have to switch between
it's because
them.
there's 2 different move sets. So like 2 different moves you're choosing between, which I didn't mind it, because you could just switch it on the fly and just like, oh, if I feel like this move would be better, then I'll switch to it, which I end up changing one of my neutral moves from my melee at the end, because I thought I just started working better. But
can't play the other classes, but at least you can do that.
True. Well, there's a mod apparently. You can like play like people are working on in the community to play the other classes, which I have to keep an eye on that.
In the game.
But no, I didn't have a really problem with that.
They're working on a different game, Dot.
I'm not actually. That's why
come
I
on, Dot,
use my funny voice. I'm not actually mad.
The bosses. I forgot to talk about the bosses. I thought the bosses were really cool. Like, oh my god, dude, the fucking last one. When you find the DLC boss, it was so stressful, but I loved it. And then what's his fuck?
It was awesome.
The creator and like the designer boss fights were really really fun too.
As someone that thinks that Joseph is just such a like, he picks up a controller and basically just understands how a game like works off the bat and will just like beat your ass like normally. It was a treat to watch him struggle at something. Not only of the case like, oh, haha, now you get to feel what I feel. It was more like, wow, this game is challenging enough that even this person who I put on a huge pedestal is struggling with it. And that, to me, like, difficulty in games like that, especially in that kind of case, is a magical thing that it can do. Yeah. Especially if it continues to make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I just, no pressure on Alabaster Dawn, but my gosh, I just wonder, like, if they're going to be able to keep that kind of same energy for that game that they did this game, or even improve it even more.
True.
But yeah, other than that, I thought the bosses were really cool and like progressively got like more fun to like fight as you progress through the game.
Don't lie.
Were they?
You hated that starfish.
The starfish? No, yeah, the starfish sucked. Like, the starfish enemies, like, right? Like, or
no, there's the starfish boss.
You entered the room, and then the starfish appeared, and you're like, oh, this is the boss room.
And then the big old health bar pit was like, what?
Oh, are you talking about, like, the slime? Like,
yeah, the starfish with, like, the slime around
okay, yeah.
it.
That guy was a dickhead. He was actually probably my least favorite boss, but other than that, I thought the other ones were, like, I thought they were still solid.
Don't lie again. You hated the catty corner, like when you have to shoot precise and it like has to hit him, or if you didn't get it in the angle, he full healed like an asshole.
Oh no, it's like that's just in the moment kind of shit. Like I afterward, like, you know, I did like it. It's like, no, like how it's just like what I was kind of saying earlier. Like, it's stressful when you're on a recording because you don't want to mess up and like make you have to like wait longer or have to do it the next episode or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just trying to do it in time. Like, but I did enjoy the fight. I didn't think the fight was good.
Okay.
I do.
It was hard.
I do enjoy any game where you fight God at the end. I always think that's pretty funny. It's a pretty common theme in like JRPGs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It just falls under the same like. I've certainly talked about it in episodes before, but I have a rule when it comes to pieces of media. Does it pass the Sonic Adventure 2 test? Do they go to space at the end? This one goes to space at the end, and you fight God.
Yeah,
and
you fight
you actually
gods.
space twice.
Exactly.
Twice, and you fight not only God, but gods and goddesses.
Mm-hmm.
How did you... Well, okay, that's a story question. I was going to ask how you liked the lore of the game, but...
Well, why don't we just lead into it now?
Yeah.
So,
Segue.
So I thought that the story was also just as equally as good as the gameplay. I do think the gameplay was like maybe like a little bit stronger than the story, but I honestly think they're basically almost equals.
I guess I didn't play it, but I'm like, really? That story is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the best story games we played on Chilled Out, period.
Yeah. Which is like that's basically just like saying like it's like so high up there because like they're like the gameplay and story is like so equal. I'm not like saying like the story was not that great or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's just oh my god, I really like.
I'm more saying that I didn't play the game, so I can't necessarily say, oh, I liked the gameplay more.
But
I like the story mode because I didn't play it.
Yeah. It's just I thought like, you know, it took like I wasn't really sure where the story was going at the start of the game, but like once you got like at least passed around like the first dungeon, like when like Sergey put that fake story about you and about like you being in a coma and trying to figure out what happened to his coworkers because they had all just appeared. I was like, oh shit, you're in a coma and you're trying to like remember your shit.
Like
I got no more.
And then you get to that like you get another like little twist like in the Vermilion Wasteland, like, oh, Sergey lied to you. Like, do I trust Sergey now or what's going on here? Like, I was like, what the fuck? And that's when Vermilion Wasteland is when I got really invested in the game.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I can really appreciate a slow burner kind of game.
Oh, totally, yeah. For all of the dungeons and stuff you had to go through, like, I also didn't see where it was going for a while, but as you said, just after the first dungeon or so, it really, really picked up for me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we got invested in it enough that we were all just like, nah, that guy's a fucking robot, or like whatever, you know?
Fuck that guy.
That guy's an Evotard. There's no way.
Oh, what, Citron or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, anything that inspires that kind of moment on the couch that you're watching or playing on, like, I think that's just like A+ material.
Dude, it's
just like when everybody here was just sitting back and like the president or whatever would say some like bullshit, and all of us were like, "Fuck you!" It was just. Those are magical moments if a story can pull it off.
Hateable villains, or at least like, I don't know, not hateable. They humanized him, but like everybody still was like, yeah, this guy sucks.
Yeah, like
That's Sidwell. Fuck that guy.
Man's made clones of himself, tortured them, and then put them in a chamber.
Like,
yeah,
it runs with a lot of like sci-fi concepts that I really enjoy as well. Just tropes like clones and that sort of thing. So it really grabbed me towards the end.
Right.
Yeah, and I think what helped with like the story, like taking a bit for me to get like hooked into it, was was the characters that were like very charming, and just the game in general was like had a lot of charm to it, and like lively kind of feeling to it. Like you're actually playing like an MMO with random people, like just Emily. Like, oh my gosh. Best bestie. Yes.
What do you call it? I didn't ever really make friends in MMOs or anything, or like especially people online, but like this is the story you write if you want to like capture that sort of experience.
Yeah.
I love a main character who's sort of silent, asterisk.
They made a silent protagonist have so much personality.
Right, yeah, exactly.
They made a silent protagonist that made sense for them to be a silent protagonist.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, her voice box is, like, dead or whatever. And, like, the Sergei can only hack a certain amount of words. Bullshit, by the way.
Like, button fart.
Yeah. It especially playing recent games, like, I played Metroid Prime 4 just recently, and Samus just doesn't talk for, like, all of it, which like in a Metroid game it makes sense because like she's normally secluded, but in 4 she has like a bunch of comrades and they kind of like talk at her and then she doesn't say anything. So it makes it really off-putting. But the fact that Leah, like, it makes sense in lore why she doesn't talk to anybody, or like why she can't really, is just that one extra step I want from those.
Can't fully articulate.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she can say a few things, just not everything that's like popping around in her mind until like the very end when she gets the Leah board.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just always interests me when a character has like a sort of functional thing that makes them hard to communicate with. It keeps a lot of like the mystery and the story there, locked behind a voice box that's broken.
Yeah.
Though, fuck the misunderstanding trope. Fuck off.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I like this story pretty much follows the rule of no characters act like an idiot in these like stressful situations they need to go through, and just need to not think logically, but like they do what the audience would want them to do for the most part. Emily is what do you call it? A younger character or whatever, and I've known people who would be like her in those certain scenarios. I hate fucking misunderstandings too.
But even then, with something like this, with how CrossCode, if you're going to do a misunderstanding trope, there has to be a huge payoff.
Yeah. And
the payoff for this one is the best scene in the game.
Yeah.
Watching them come back together from basically when we know later as the villain who is bringing them both together again, and having this like, it's a big misunderstanding and Leah doesn't get to show that much emotion or doesn't get to express how she feels all the time, but seeing that raw emotion come out of her to make Emily realize, oh shit, I missed the shit out of you. Like, I didn't want that.
I'm an idiot.
That is probably one of the only times I've legitimately teared up on Chilled Out.
Aww.
That scene is that good.
Yeah. I think like what makes the trope also better is like it does feel more in character for like Emily, because she's like she's hot-headed.
She's hot-headed. She's impulsive.
Yeah. So like I understand like why she would like get impatient and want to like get like shit like that. That doesn't mean like she was a fucking idiot for that.
No.
Still.
It's at the very least, like, I hate misunderstanding tropes. They at least resolved it faster than I thought they would.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty
that's
good
what
point.
usually makes it bad, is the misunderstanding trope prolongs way too long.
Yeah. It's not like they were gone for half of the game.
No, it gets
It's like a
resolved.
dungeon, right? No,
No,
you've raced every dungeon.
Yeah, I could say it was only for
No.
the exploration of the jungle.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
Like we did that like side quest before like
Well,
the dungeons.
Wasn't it what happened was what do you call it? She got mad at you because of the raid stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got
the raid
Leah got
happened-
pulled from the raid by
You bust out of gamer jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, probably my favorite sequence in the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Small tangent.
Vermilion Wasteland, or
Yeah, the
first time you're there, where Sergey has to fucking fuck with the numbers to
Yeah,
busting
through the
through the
wall
walls. Yes.
I love when the medium is the message or something to that effect.
Yeah. I really like that. Like a Vermilion Wasteland segment up to like what you're just talking about, like like them reuniting was my absolute favorite part of the game, because there's just like so many like good story beats happening there. And then the first Vermilion Wasteland visit was like just really cool and fun.
The CrossCode has a lot of good instances of thing that makes you like feel kind of a negative emotion and then giving it a big payoff.
Yeah.
Like
no,
obviously
you're
I
right.
already touched upon the like Emily Leah thing, but again with that portion in Vermilion Wasteland, kind of getting this like hopelessness of I'm meeting the person that's kind of trying to fuck my life over, and like Luke and I are stuck here and we don't have any way of getting out other than Sergey trying his best or whatnot. And then just getting the full-blown, like, blast through the wall shit is just, like, the coolest payoff of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there and being like, oh, dude, it would be crazy if this was, like, the rest of the game. I'm fine that it wasn't, because that would maybe take away from how special that was.
It'd make it a lot shorter.
Yeah, it would make it a lot shorter. I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Did you feel that there were too many characters? I personally did not see okay. It's not that I didn't see the point in Buggy, it's more that just like I didn't care.
He was there.
He was there.
But he
okay.
was there.
There are tropes that I put in my mind. There's the main character, the main character's cast, which in my opinion is just Emily and Citron.
Sure, yeah.
Then the supporting characters, and then yeah.
Yeah, Sergey, Apollo, Jorn.
Yeah.
Sergey's
And then
like
there's
a-
the rest.
I put Sergey at one of the mains. He just doesn't
Main.
interact directly with Emily and
Yeah.
Citron most of the game.
Until he gets that stupid fucking
No,
avatar.
yeah, Sergey
Yeah.
has like a lot
Put it on
more
the screen.
story. So yeah, I'd move that up. I'd move Sergey up to the main characters cast.
Yeah. I think like fucking Helen, Buggy, what's his name?
Fucking Linda.
Ow.
Yeah, and Al, like they were mostly like they definitely were just kind of like just there most part.
I feel like the everybody or the game designers also kind of felt that way, because a lot of the credit sequence was you hanging out with her, and I'm like,
Well, she was explaining the lore.
well, yeah, I get that, but I feel like they're like, oh shit, we kind of have to make them connect somehow.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
As much as I liked talking as her, as Linda, I just was like, this sure is a box spewing words.
This sure is an Omo Chow.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get why they didn't like there's like those three characters didn't really get much of a spotlight, because there's only so much you can give a spotlight to without like just making like okay like there's too much. Like, I don't know. Make it, it'll get, it's like, over, I don't
They're
know what the right word
reoccurring
is.
characters, but not main characters.
Yeah.
You don't need to give them
Yeah.
all of this backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
There's a
everyone
reason
is.
why you weren't able to party with specific ones, and that's because they were
Yep.
just reoccurring characters and not part of the main cast.
Izzy, did it emulate, if you're in a guild, I imagine, in Guild Wars or whatever the fuck?
I know approximately how it would work.
So, like, did it at least emulate that? I wouldn't know.
For the most part, yes. I feel like it's a little hard to figure out because guilds are normally a lot bigger. They did specify they were a smaller, newer guild.
Right, yeah.
But like most guilds have like a purpose, and their purpose was they liked the lore of the game, and that's what their whole thing was. There are other guilds in Guild Wars 2 that are like, oh, we play music.
Oh yeah. Can I say something? I was expecting more leet speak in this game because it's a MMO.
I would have expected that during the raid.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I wasn't. I was waiting for like a lol get good or something, you know.
I kind of forgot that the guild was based on, we like the lore, so we made a guild for it. And it's kind of just her.
Yeah,
the rest of them are just like,
true.
I like playing this game because it's an escape, or I like to play this because I get to play with Leah or whatever.
I mean, it would have been the perfect
and it's just kind of her.
It would have been perfect if like Apollo was in the guild already, because like he literally like is also all about immersion.
He's all about the immersion. Don't break the immersion.
He's such a point and look, boyfriend, look, this thing is happening. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah, Polly.
Neat.
It's like, I'm super interested in this thing. It's like, yeah, that's awesome.
Fucking me with you in Guild Wars.
Yeah, dude, look,
dragon,
the
dragon
is short burping, and I'm like, yeah.
The characters were funny. They were relatable. And none of them acted too much like idiots.
And there was Buggy.
And
then there's Buggy.
And then Buggy's just
I
hanging
feel
out.
like the only hate towards Buggy is because I made his voice that way.
No, you're right. That actually probably
it
affected
fit, though.
It did really fit. He was just kind of a nothing burger character and would just crack jokes.
There are people online who are just like, they mostly post art of him because...
Really?
Yes!
Wow.
There are also people, I think there's a few people who ship him with Citron. I'm like, huh?
What?
What?
I don't know!
Why not like Lucas?
I don't know!
They look the same!
Why would that... Okay.
I don't know, man!
What did you guys think of the lore in the video game? I thought it was just kind of there and did provide a fun thing towards the end where you fight God. It's just that it.
I think the lore in the lore in the game was like just like it was average. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it was meant to be anything deep. It's just because it's supposed to just represent these people are just like playing a game and wanting to learn the story or whatever. I don't know.
The lore was awesome. There were shad.
Yeah.
And that's all I remember.
And that's all I remember.
Like,
The gods were shads.
they couldn't go too in depth with it because, of course, they need to make the story of the game you're actually playing the forefront of it.
Mm-hmm.
While then you've got the little tidbits of the game inside the game.
Yeah.
And like that's what was kind of messing with me at the beginning of the game, because I remember I was trying to like come up with, oh, this and this and this are happening.
Right,
Yeah. And I'm just like, wait, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
It's just not that deep.
I
Like,
feel like we both went through that.
because it's just like they maybe like, was it actually on a different planet?
How am I still confused about this after giving this game an A+?
Like, I guess, I don't know. That's just what I was a little confused about. Just like, was it actually on a different planet? Why were there humans on this planet? What's going on?
Well, there was like towards the end, like I think Jet was part of like some kind of spaceship kind of thing. So I think this is like some kind of like moon or planet like they used to have a grounds to make this game.
Entertainment had a lot of money.
Oh yeah, this is like some future where this shit can happen, I guess.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Always using a boat to code.
right? Because
Like,
I
You had
just
to make
don't...
like code shipments or whatever, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool.
Well, no, it wasn't inherently code. Like, they actually had to build the stuff in here. Humans can still interact with the
VR
avatars.
game. That's right.
The avatars are made out of
Some
my
kind
god,
of like
light pixel
light.
shit.
Yeah, like if you put too much pressure on them or you put them in water,
Mm-hmm.
it freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
So like they are actually there. They are making shipments to the thing because they have to actually build the stuff.
Yeah.
And the NPCs are also like the made out of light stuff. Like there's no actual beings living here.
Yeah, I think the only stuff that wasn't actually like fully like just actual building stuff was like, you know, like the dungeons, since they were like instanced.
Right.
This is why what's his name like fucking just died.
What
was his name? Dude, why am I blanking on his name?
Gotham,
yeah, like how like the shit was like cracking underneath him as he walked toward to shake.
Because it was
Leah's
all
hand.
made out of light.
Yeah.
Right. It just nope, I lost my thought. Go ahead.
Speaking of Gotham, does anybody else feel weird that he killed himself in the game so that rendered him dead?
He didn't kill himself in the game. He killed himself using... God, I hate talking about this. He
physically there?
He was physically there.
He was physically there.
On the fucking
That was not his avatar.
Yes.
His avatar was the
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that.
He was physically there to like help President Guy
Sidwell.
with the Evotar experiment stuff. Like he had to physically be there. That was also another way that Sidwell was able to manipulate him. But
Sidwell was never there physically.
No.
Got it.
But with Gotham, the easiest way for him to be able to, like, all the light stuff was there. It was probably just a hole.
Right.
It was probably just a hole in the ground,
Yeah, like
and
a
then
big
all
old
of the
tower or
light
hole.
stuff built around it. So he was, yes, he did kill himself using the light stuff because it was gonna break.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Because he can't touch it.
Okay.
Or
What-
he can, but only for a limited time until it breaks.
The only thing I just want to come back to as far as like it being about like avatars with evotars with them being made of pixels or whatever the fuck light material, and then it also being in space, and there are like the human evotar aspect of it is important for the story and stuff, but you could have just told me about them, and they didn't need to be in space. It feels a little bit of hat on hat, but not a big thing. I still like space, so.
I guess like one last thing for like the story stuff I want to go back to like for a second. It was like kind of relating to like right after Vermilion Wasteland. I don't know who else had thought of it, but so like near the end of the point, like Sergey mentioned something about how there could be like a traitor in the group or whatever. And I think that when I initially played the game, I thought like, oh, is he hinting that like Lucas might have been like a traitor? Because I thought maybe they used like Lucas as a red herring, since like for some reason he got dragged there with you and he has an evotar, but no one else in the group did.
Yeah.
So,
but
and they had like his apartment and everything like there.
Right.
We didn't even think. Did we even think about that?
I don't know. I thought
feel like
about it.
at least I was like, oh, it's Citron.
Yeah.
Like off rip, I had thought it was Citron. Like,
Yeah, what would you think it was Citron from the start?
the fact that Emily wouldn't do that, and he was the only one that like actually hung out with you and did stuff. And there was multiple instances where he would be like acting weird. I don't think I could necessarily like name an instance or whatnot, but just the fact like, oh, there's a traitor amongst you guys, and it's only really affecting Leah because I know that, or they know that Leah's an evotar or whatever. I could only really narrow it down to 3 then at that point.
It also had to be people who knew about the raid.
Yeah, that's what I was like thinking. Like of all the people in the raid, like it had to be one of the people in the raid, but like
Because
I
it
thought
couldn't
it was
have
like
been Apollo or Jorn.
yeah, which is I just think they put a red herring on Lucas. Like, at first because they want you to because why was he the only one at the Vermilion Wasteland, and why does he have an evotar? Where they have so much information about him, yada yada. Before that really got all explained, but the Citron became the obvious as you progressed more because, like how they literally had like I don't know what the proper word is. Maybe it's like foreshadowing, but the fact that the game kind of like spoils it kind of in a way, but you don't know it's a spoiler until like later on. Like like the whole like like how Citron.
Oh,
Yeah.
the fingers.
How
thing.
he just did all the things that Leah just happens to remember that Sidwell did, like, or eventually she remembered.
That actually brings up kind of a interesting point I would care about in my
It's
judgment of
foreshadowing.
games.
Yeah.
Would you guys replay this game and like pay the same, not the same amount of attention to the story, because you obviously know some of it, but like, would you go back and be like, oh yeah, that was a foreshadowing moment?
Yeah, it's like but like part of me definitely would want to like figure that stuff out. Like figure out all the moments where it kind of pointed to that, but I kind of like figure at least the Citron stuff out on my own, because the fact that her memories of like Sidwell that we didn't know was Citron like correlated with that, and then like, oh shit, that like, wait a minute, Citron did that too, and like, what the fuck? And then, yeah, but I don't know. Other than that, I don't know if there is anything that really else. I think there might have been something that had hinted towards it. Oh, the fucking. I think at one point, I think Sergey might have mentioned like, or like, I think the dude that Al got you to meet, who like was interested in like Eviltars. I forget what his name was.
I don't remember either.
But
Ivan?
I think he was like, his name was like mentioned like earlier in the game or something like that. So at one point, for I don't know what reason or whatever. But the fact that you end up meeting him, and the fact that you could not meet up with him and get a bad ending, is crazy.
I kind of want to, what do you call it? Watch that bad ending or whatever. I didn't go back and like watch the other ending of this game.
Yeah, I do like how this game gives you the option to like be able to see both endings.
Yeah,
No,
that's a very good quality of life thing.
Because you know, there's two endings, like you can get the bad ending for the base game, then or a good ending for that, and the same thing for the DLC. Like you could, I guess the DLC one, not necessarily a bad ending. It's basically what you choose, like what you think is right, whether to keep Citron
a lesser ending.
Yeah.
Because there's literally less Citron.
Yeah.
As in, there's no Citron.
And okay, just I know we're coming up on an hour, but I was just like, what did you guys think of having like the whole aspect of you can choose if Citron is in the like ending photo thing?
I think it's really beneficial to have like the choice of what you personally are feeling that way.
Yeah.
If you were going to do that, do more with it. The fact that he just cut out of a couple of cutscenes, in my opinion, that's kind of fucking lame. Like, if you are going to make a pivotal decision like that to just cut him completely out of the like thing, why was it just like a couple frames? Like, he wasn't at the cookout and he wasn't at the ice cream. Like,
right.
Well, I guess at that point it's because like it's like that stuff happened like in the future. Like they told us a time skip after that decision. So imagine it was just like they eventually just kind of moved on.
Yeah,
like,
I wish there was more of like repercussions for it. Like,
well, I guess like the reason why there wasn't is because it's kind of like a morally gray decision. Like because either this, you can see like the side to either decision, like whether to keep him or not, because he technically was made and did like illegal shit and all that stuff that was fucked up.
I think I would understand that it would be a gray decision if my favorite scene didn't happen. Like,
yeah,
he's the one that brought you guys back together. I gotta pay him back for something. I think the only I don't even think it's a gray decision. I think there is a correct decision and a wrong decision.
I guess like because like the reason why I say gray decision is because you gotta think about like more than just yourself.
Yeah.
In that decision, because like while
it affects
I agree,
Shizuka and Satoshi.
yeah, like how was what he did had like some actual serious consequences. But I feel like that the reason why I was so like I made my decision instant in the game is because of that. But like that personally, like the thing you mentioned, and also the fact that I do think that he did repay his debt at the end or whatever, and the fact that he's because he kind of like the same case like Leo now, where he's kind of become his own personality. But I like the reason why I'm saying it's kind of great because I'd also understand the sentiment of that he should not be in the game because of all the stuff he has done.
Right.
Well, eventually, so from what I could tell, sorry, I didn't. Did you have more?
I don't think that was
Okay.
it.
From what I can tell, like with how many copies that were made, eventually every single one of them would gain their memories and then fight back against him, and
Right,
then they got pulled into that room and then deactivated.
That's such a cool aspect to throw on. Right at the
So Citron was about to have that happen to him.
Yeah, but he had he was the only one that caught wind of it sooner, and then of the possibility and backed himself up.
So I understand people being sympathetic, like on both sides, just being like, well, I really like Shizuka and Satoshi, and I don't want to cause them any more grief. I don't think he needs to be here, or Citron needs to be here, versus Citron was fighting back. He wasn't saying everything to Sidwell about Leah and like all that jazz.
Yeah.
You can call this section "Is Citron based or waste?"
Based.
But,
I love Citron.
Yeah.
I think he's like a top 3 character for me.
Yeah, he's in my. I think he'd be in my top 5.
Ship pops up and Riley's just like, fuck.
I don't know if I like him that much.
Oh.
I like Leah.
We all gonna get the Leah makeship.
Let's see. I think that's all I had story wise. But one thing before we move on to kind of more miscellaneous stuff, which is going to be very short.
Yeah.
What did you get? What did you guys say? Or were you your favorite characters? If I had a top 5 favorite that's unordered, I would say that Emily, Citron, Apollo, Sergei, and Leah would be my top 5.
I'd probably have to think about it pretty hard, but Leah wouldn't be moved from first place for me for anything. I just like her so much.
For being mute most of the time, she is the most expressive character.
Yeah.
Of course, you see her all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my top 5 is manly.
Based. Oh man, let's go.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you. Really, sort of a side tangent from the game. Really love that the makers of this game did that as DLC.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Also, thanks for the ninja cosplay. That shit was hot.
Oh
Oh
god. Emily is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Classic.
I just really like the dynamic between the main three. I didn't include Lucas in the top 5 just because I don't know. I think Apollo just narrowly something out because I feel like I don't know, something about Apollo. He's just goofy and.
Can I be totally
nerdy.
honest?
What?
And this might be such an L take. I don't care though. I think Luke ruins Lucas as a character for me.
Well,
I think, obviously, before even knowing that he was an Evotar, it was just, Lucas being sympathetic, oh, where the hell are we? How the hell did we get out of here? Okay, whatever kind of thing. And I understand that it's because it's a newly found thing, but the fact that he was such a butthurt bitch about being an Evotar, I'm just like, fuck you, dude. I don't care for this.
I think it would sort of go back to another cool game that would be kind of neat to talk about, Soma, as sort of I feel like everybody on the couch sort of shares the opinion of well, at least you're alive in some capacity, right?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
But with something like Simon, he's going to die. So I felt more sympathetic for him being a little sourpuss because he's I'm under the sea and I thought I was going to leave. I feel more sympathetic for him. Luke, that sucks that what you knew as a life is gone. But you still get to live. You still get to have fun and do things.
Yeah, I guess just at that point, there wasn't really much for him to do in the game because there was only so much you could do within a game. But I think he has growth eventually.
He does. Luke and Lucas bumped down because of the DLC for me, and that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad to say for me.
Yeah. I think it was a good point. I personally didn't really mind that kind of stuff because it kind of put like a good point or like argument in there, like you know, like how do you address an evil tar's like life or whatever, you know, like how do you make them feel like they're actually human because they used to think they were human or like have like all their memories and stuff like that. How do you make them feel like they have a normal life that they can't ever go back to, like especially like with Luke, he doesn't have his like the loved ones or whatever. You can just have all the memories, whatever. So I understand why he felt like that.
I'm honestly surprised that was never brought up. Like, oh, I can't see the people I was living with.
Yeah.
Like maybe because the story was so focused inside the game.
Though I think it was implied that Lucas lived alone in an apartment.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
He did, but
okay.
I'm just saying, like, the game never mentions, like, family and stuff like that, but imagine that probably would be something that to think about.
Obviously, they did kind of express that Entertainment was going to start trying to make living conditions better for Evotars, so they added, like, the whole food cooking thing at the very end. And
then again, kind of like little jobs inside the game. Because like that was something I was talking about. Yeah, which was nice of them to do.
It's like a take the Lucas or the take that Lucas was taking. I would have expected out of a character who was like in that situation longer. Like this guy not just spawned in, but like this guy just fully understood his situation as he got into it. I would have expected somebody to be like more jaded if they lived in there a couple years or whatever.
Right. I guess the thing that just makes me kind of irked about it is that instead of being like sad and to himself about it, kind of like how Leah or like Citron were, he kind of just took it out on others, and I'm like,
yeah,
what do they do?
Does that not like follow the feeling though of like playing a game with somebody who's in slightly bad mood? You know what I mean? I feel like that's why we all had such a visceral reaction.
Because we've all dealt with that.
It's like, oh, I got a rare spawn. Oh, lucky you. I haven't gotten anything in 2 hours. Like, shut the fuck up.
I've been that guy. I've seen that guy. Lived.
Yeah. That's probably why. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense.
Wow.
So what was the
miscellaneous stuff? I just want to go on before like the very minimum like cons I had was like the music fucking rocked.
Yes.
The sound design was amazing. I love like the wave sound effects were like, oh my god.
I love the way the game looks. I know we're watching a filtered GIF right now, but I just remember how fun and good the pixel art is.
I really like pixel art design games, like shit like that. It was really nice, and I like the art style they went with.
Environments could be slightly confusing sometimes. But that's just because I'm not used to isometric.
A little, I'd say my depth perception or like being able to decipher was on the same level as me was a bit confusing sometimes.
I think my only minor critique about the music in CrossCode, and it's like the most minimal thing ever, but every time I play a game, there's always the one banger, like the one song that I think of this game, I think of this song, like instantly off my brain. I didn't have that with CrossCode. Like, there's a lot of games that I play where I'm like, oh, Monster Sanctuary, the fucking do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and we're like barely paying attention to that game.
Yeah.
But like with this, I watched hundreds of episodes sitting here, like doing that, and like I can think of a few, but none that are like, oh, this game is this song to me. Like, or this song is this game to me.
I mean, that's kind of why I was like, remind me of some, like, of the music in this game before we started recording this. It just, it did not, nothing fully stuck out to me like it would for that.
Yeah.
For me, like, I guess I don't have, like one song of the, like, oh, this song is this game, whatever kind of thing. I just have, like, multiple that will play in my head. Like, the Path of Justice, the Raid song, like, the S-Rank battle music.
Like, there's a lot of incredible soundtrack in here. It's just, there's a lot of video games where I'm like, oh, this is this game's song, and I don't have that with this one.
Gotcha. And then the last thing is the fact, I think this is one of the best aspects about the game, is that the base game is $20.
True.
So much content in a $20 game where, like, you could spend $60 or more to get equivalent amount of content, which is incredible. Like, this is why I love indie games.
Indie games are great.
Like, I need to play more indie games because you just get so much value for your money. And, like, there is the DLC. I can't remember how much the DLC cost because I didn't pay for it.
You didn't?
Because didn't you get it?
I got you the ninja costume.
Oh, you got me an ninja. Oh, okay, I guess I did. I must have got... Okay, when did I get it?
You must have gotten a bundle.
Yeah, I think I might have gotten a bundle.
Makes sense.
So I can't remember how much the DLC is. But it's just like $10 or some shit. Like, I don't know. But either way, the value you get is a fucking huge deal.
True.
Or true.
So much content.
Especially
in the
if you
game
do all the side
for
content
$20.
and shit.
Like what? Like why can we just have more games like that? But-
Also, this is now on my list of you have to play the DLC if you're gonna play the game.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Hey.
CrossCode's $5 right now.
Buy this game, idiot!
The DLC is normally $9.
Okay, so yeah, like literally like, for like $30 you get so much.
You get 100+ episodes apparently. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
30
And that's not
minutes.
even
This is
including-
the biggest series ever.
And it's not even including all like the side quests and all the side content the game has to offer that I didn't really take the time to explore in here because when I
Right.
do stuff for the channel, I'm mostly focusing like on the main story aspect, and I can do like the side, maybe a few side stuff here and there. But unless if the series is about like 100%ing it or doing all this side quest stuff, I'm not gonna do it on the channel. Or on my own
I
time.
think the only reason we got to play that really cool side quest with like Kit and the Glitchverse or whatever was because we had the people that like love this game. By the way, CrossCode has also got our biggest comment section ever.
That's true. More than just a good video.
Yeah, like people that are actually like engaged and giving us fun facts and stuff like that. If you want us to do specific things for games that you love that we're playing, I know we're like an hour into this, so like not a lot of people are listening to me say this. Just comment like, hey, this side quest in Buck Bumble is awesome.
We gotta go to Buck Bumble.
There's a specific moment in Knack 2 I love you guys to see. To play.
Knack 2, baby!
I don't know if I'd play Knack 2 for anybody. That's like a really big commitment for me.
Yeah.
We have Knack 1 though. We
Well-
have a copy of Knack 1.
Who's gonna play it?
No.
Comment down below who you want to play Knack.
I don't want to. Well, yeah. If a commenter, I'll go. Oh yeah.
Anything for you guys.
Anything for the guy.
Well, any other wrap-ups?
I guess.
How dare we put this game in A? Are we fucking kidding?
Yeah, dude. I already talked about it before. Like, I think maybe at the end of the CrossCode, I can't remember if I actually mentioned anything that, but I would 100% revise that and put an S tier because I wanted to put an S tier eventually, like at the start, but I know there's some like reservations about we haven't like finished the game yet, so I don't know. Maybe we don't put an S tier.
Give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I
S tier.
should have been more like, guys, I don't care that we haven't did this game. It could like fall on its ass and it would still be a 10 out of 10 video game.
Dude,
like, what are we talking about?
I think literally like right after that we recorded those like set of one-offs in including that tier list video. Like you and I, Riley, were just in this room and like we just
like,
you know what?
you change anything, and we're both like CrossCode.
Yeah, CrossCode would be nice. Yeah. And yeah, I think and to kind of start wrapping things up a bit. Like I said, I don't really have any really cons for this game. I think the only thing I kind of already touched on a little bit. I think the game had like a little bit more of like a slower start. It was like a slow cooker, but it did pay off.
Yes.
In the end, though.
The roast. The
And, like,
roast of the story.
Like the pacing of it was kind of weird for a bit too, because like, you did like you did the first 2 dungeons like in really fast succession, and then you had like the Vermilion Wasteland bit and other stuff that kind of just like had this huge gap between dungeons, and then you do 2 back-to-back dungeons.
Yeah, it literally like the if you thought like the Fire and Ice dungeon were super quick, and then you get to the other 2, which are literally back to back. It's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but other than that, like I still think it was very, very fun.
You know what part of the story I don't didn't care about the most? That one part with the shad, the the Shad girl.
In Gaia's Garden.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was just something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like something like I guess like, it was just like the side quests you had to do to unlock the dungeon area, which is what they had for all the previous dungeons. Like you had to do this little thing before jumping into the dungeon. It's just, but other than that, yeah, I didn't really care about that bit either, that story beat. But it was like more, like the immersion aspect of, they're doing, gotta remember they're playing a game in a game.
I give this game a 9 out of 10. It would probably be a 10 out of 10 if I played it.
So, it's like one of those things where I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but like I'm like one of those people, I feel like there's never a game that's actually a 10 out of 10, but there is, this game would be a 10 out of 10.
Why don't you have that mentality for like 11 out of 10s? Like there can be 10 out of 10 video games with problems.
True.
That's true. There's
never gonna be a
That's
like
fair.
legit 10 out of 10, but something that breaks the scale into an 11 out of 10, that's where I'm like, yeah, it literally has to have no flaws if it's breaking the scale.
Yeah, I'd say this is a 10 out of 10. Like this is definitely one of these days your boy is gonna finally like get like a tier list or some order of like where I'd put every single what I want to do at some point is just put every single game I've ever played fully into a tier list.
It's so large.
Well, there's a lot of games I've played but never finished.
Oh,
but that's like specifically for finished games, so I can actually like judge it. This would definitely be like up there. I don't know if it'd probably be somewhere top 5, top 10.
I gotta
something like
get
that.
through my fucking Steam library, dude.
Yeah,
So many
I have
unplayed games.
So many unplayed games now. It's ridiculous. But this game is literally such a hidden gem, and I am so thankful. One day I just happened to catch a Game Explain like thumbnail or some shit like advertising like CrossCode, and I looked at it, like, oh, this game looks interesting. I like the graphics and everything, like the gameplay I was watching, and then looked up on Steam, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll get this one day.
Drop those $5, please. I don't know why you're here at the end of the CrossCode video if you haven't already purchased it, but if you haven't, go.
It's literally on sale right now.
It's literally on sale right now, and this will probably be up after the sale is over, but hopefully you have the foresight to buy
Hopefully you're just already a genius and have bought this game.
Hopefully you somehow saw this coming in the future and bought this game, but...
Well, even $20 isn't bad.
Exactly.
Like compared to like modern games being at 60, 70.
60, 70, yeah.
This is hell of a deal.
$20 also gets you like Silk Song and Mina the Hollower and other like 9 out of 10 out of 10 games that are like $20 is a great price point.
Yeah.
Hey, I just thought of a video game to talk about next time.
All right. Well, any final thoughts? Anything else you want to say about CrossCode besides buy the game now, please?
She's
Share
blue.
with your friends.
She is blue.
That's true. But I'm also glad that, I guess one thing is, currently right now, there's been a lot of like new like crossovers with CrossCode and Liz being in some of the games. Whether like as a minor role, that's awesome.
CrossCode.
So
for
shout out to that.
Also, I just want to give like a bunch of props to CrossCode for kind of breaking a bunch of like chilled out history for us. Like it's our longest series that we've ever done. It's a series that have for us, other than maybe Outer Wilds, that has gotten as much common attraction to for that. And
more
I don't know. I appreciate that not only CrossCode for being an excellent video game, but for doing what it did for our channel.
Yeah, it did a lot of things for us, like in terms of like subscriber counts, engagement. It made I think that's what also made the game more fun, is like the engagement we had with it, and then also the four of us engaging with each other, talking about the game and exploring the game together and whatever. That was really fun.
True.
So, yeah. I heavily recommend you guys get this game and try it out for yourself, even though you probably got spoiled it. Maybe recommend it to your friends, because this video was all spoilers if you made it to this point anyways.
True.
I would say maybe when editing it, be like, this is what our thoughts are. Like, here's all the spoilers, and at the end, why we think you should get it. Just like, jump over here to see what we think of this and why you should get this, or da-da-da-da. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just this thing's gonna contain spoilers. You're fucked.
Yeah.
But this is probably the last time that we'll do anything CrossCode related other than chat about it and other things.
Yeah.
But if you give engagement, we might do New Game Plus.
Shut up, Riley.
Because I know, like, someone, like, recommend they could probably do stuff with New Game Plus. I'm not entirely sure we'll do something like that, but it's definitely, like, I don't like off the cards or whatever, you know, like, it's, or off the table.
Yeah, if we do it, it might be like a one-off.
Yeah, I would have to explore and see what we could do, what could do as a one-off material, because I think someone said that there was possibly something that I might recognize you could do as one.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just want to watch Apollo go, what the fuck? Hey, what? Hey, whoa! Whoa!
Whoa,
Whoa! 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 You can't do that. It's cheating.
Well, like the video if you made it this far, subscribe and shit like that, and let us know what any other games that we have played on this channel that you would maybe like to see us do a video on next. Like, share how our thoughts were. It might,
Do
like,
a thought-out thoughts on this.
yeah, thoughts on next. Like, what would be the next episode of this?
And we want to hear
Gotta
your
be
thoughts on what
bugging.
CrossCode, or what you thought about CrossCode as well. Leave the paragraphs, please. I want to read them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all pull up the comments
Yeah.
and read them.
What was your pros and cons of the game, and where would you rank it on like a tier list?
Anyway, love you, CrossCode. Bye.
Bye bye.